All right, let's talk about something real. You want to build cool stuff on AWS, right? But there's always that little voice in the back of your head. What about the bill? Well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to tackle that head on and show you how to get total control over your AWS spending. It's all about turning that fear into freedom. Let's dive in.
You know, if you're just getting started with AWS, I bet you've heard the stories, the nightmare scenarios, right? Someone spins up a small personal project, forgets about it, and bam, a crazy four-figure bill shows up. That kind of thing scares a lot of great developers away before they even start.
And let's be real for a second. Has that thought ever stopped you from just trying something out? That nagging fear that you'll forget to shut down a service and wake up to a bill that's, well, a disaster?
Yeah. If that's you, you're not alone. Not by a long shot. This is probably the #1 worry for folks new to AWS. But here's the good news, and it's really good news. It's totally preventable, and we're going to fix it. For good.
Okay, so where do we start? Let me introduce you to your new best friend, the AWS Billing Console. Seriously, think of it as your financial command center. It's the one place you can go to see everything that's happening with your money in your account.
Now, before anyone on your team can even look at this dashboard, there's a super important first step. It's called IAM access. So IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. The easiest way to think about it is this. The main account owner, the root user, they have the keys to the entire kingdom. What IAM does is let them give out specific keys to other people, keys that only open the door to the billing information. It's absolutely crucial for security and just, working together as a team.
And listen, I really can't stress this enough. This is not optional. It's a must-do. The person with that root account has to be the one to log in and flip this switch. If they don't, nobody else on the team can see a single thing about billing, which kind of makes the whole idea of financial control impossible, right?
All right, access granted. So, now what? Now we got to figure out what we're actually looking at. It's time to decode this thing.
So the first thing you'll see in the console is this awesome visual breakdown of your costs, service by service. It immediately shows you where the big money is going. And a lot of the time, you're going to see a huge slice of that pie labeled EC2, which is Elastic Compute Cloud. Just think of EC2 as the virtual servers, the workhorses that are actually running your stuff. So yeah, it makes total sense that's often a big part of the bill.
But it's not just about what you've already spent. The dashboard does something even cooler. It gives you a forecast, and this is so powerful. It looks at how you're using things right now and predicts what your bill will be at the end of the month. The whole point is to get rid of surprises. Literally, no more bill shock.
Okay, let's talk about the AWS Free Tier for a sec, because this is super important. It's an amazing deal, a fantastic way to get your feet wet. But, and this is a big but, free does not mean unlimited. The second you cross those free tier limits for any service, the clock starts ticking and the meter starts running. The big takeaway here, you've got to watch your free tier usage just as carefully as everything else.
Okay, now we get to the really powerful stuff. This is where you go from just watching your spend to actively controlling it. We're going to build some financial guardrails for your account. How? With budgets and alerts.
So you've got a couple of great ways to do this. First up, you could set up what's called a zero spend alert. This is perfect for like a test account that should have zero activity. It'll scream at you the moment even a single penny gets charged. The other option is a monthly cost cap. You could say, I don't want to spend more than, say, $10 on this project. It's like giving yourself a safe little sandbox to play.
And the best part? Setting this up is so easy. It's basically 3 steps. 1, go to AWS budgets. 2, set your amount, like that $10 a month. And 3, this is the most important part, you tell AWS who to email and when to do it.
So when should you get that first tap on the shoulder? What's the magic number? Well, the common wisdom, the best practice, is to set that first alert right at 85% of your budget.
85%. Why that number? Well, think of it as the perfect early warning. It's not just a, hey, you're almost out of money alarm. It's a, hey, you've got some time to figure this out notification. It gives you a chance to look into what's going on and make a call. Maybe you need to shut something down, or maybe the spend is totally fine and you just need to bump up the budget. The point is, you get to decide. You're in the driver's seat.
And then, of course, you set that second alert for 100%. That's the finish line. That's the alert that says, okay, you've officially hit the limit you set, crystal clear, no surprises.
You know, when you put these simple tools in place, something really cool happens.
you completely change how you think about using AWS. It stops being about restriction and fear, and it becomes about confidence. It's about giving you the freedom to build and experiment without looking over your shoulder. It really is about going from fear to freedom.
All right, so let's wrap this up with the big 3 takeaways. Number 1, enable that IAM access for billing. It's step 0. Number 2, keep an eye on your cost by service so you actually know where the money's going. And number 3, the real game changer. Set up those budgets with alerts at 85 and 100%. That's how you stay ahead of the game.
Once you have these financial guardrails up, that fear of the surprise bill, it just evaporates. It's gone. So now there's really only one question left. What are you going to build?